What is up, guys? This is PlayStation Hero. Yes, it is PlayStation Hero.
Okay, that was really stupid, guys. Anyways, so in this video we will be talking about my swimming career, so that way you know that you are getting your competitive swimming info from a reliable and trustworthy source. And yes, I am both not reliable but trustworthy source. I'm both. So let's go ahead and get started in this video. Let's go. All right, let me think. I'm trying to see what I want to say here. All right, I'm ready. So to prove to you that I am on a swim team, you should have seen videos on my channel already, but let me go into further detail. I have been swimming since, I don't actually know my age, I'd have to go ask my mom or my dad, one of the two, but I've been swimming since I was in my single digits, and, it is pretty fun. Let's see, my first how did it all start? Alright, we were swimming at somebody's house, and I don't remember whose house it was, but all I remember is that they told my mom that I should be swimming for like a swim team because I'm a really good swimmer. I don't exactly remember. I don't even remember that day, to be honest with you guys. I remember the person who said it, but I don't remember the day or exactly what they said. I just remember what my mom tells me. So she drives us, or this lady tells us about this place that I need to go to. So we go there, and I remember the lady saying that I can't swim because I was too little. I wasn't old enough to swim yet. And this is a new lady, alright? At the lady at the pool for the competitive swimming and Lake Charles at University Dolphins. Um, but the other lady, the lady that's a friend of ours, said that you need to watch him swim first and then decide. And so they put me in the pool, and they were all saying, like, all the adults that worked at the pool, at the university pool, were saying, I doubt he's going to make it across the pool. He's probably not even going to make it across the pool. He's probably going to get in, start crying. They all thought that the lady friend of ours was lying because it's a friend and stuff, so all that good stuff, all that how that goes. But they put me in there, and I ended up swimming all the way without drowning or hanging onto the wall or the lane line, which is a really big plus. Or crying or anything like that. And so they said that they immediately said that they wanted me on the swim team, even though I wasn't old enough. So that's how it all started, guys. Basically, I started like a year early on competitive swimming. So we go, they sign me up, and so we start practicing. And from there, I learned all the strokes, and my mom signed me up for classes with other instructors to teach me. And so this is how it went, alright? I don't remember everything. That was a long time ago, but I remember the first year I swam, there was they had two coaches, okay? And the first coach was actually a really nice coach, and the second coach was this mean coach. Both of them would just sit around, give the orders, and you have to remember there are older kids there, and then they have a group of like 5-year-olds, and then that one 4-year-old who's not even supposed to be there, and they're telling all these other kids what to do, and I have no idea what they're talking about because I've just started, and they haven't taught me all the strokes at the time. And I do remember this day, and I do remember actually like the day actually quite clearly because I don't know, it imprinted into my brain for some reason. But so I remember standing there getting out of the pool, and I didn't do what the lady had asked me to do the first time, and so she's just sitting over there reading a book, and then she gets up, and then I wasn't the only person who was told to do it, but there's a group of others, and she said that she wanted us to swim a 100 because we didn't do what we were supposed to be doing correctly, or we weren't listening to something like that. I don't remember. And the other coach comes around and says that I don't remember exactly what she said, but I think one of the kids had asked. No, it was the other coach. It was a nice coach, and she said, "You want them to swim 100?" And she was like, "Yep." And so everybody jumps in the pool, and I don't jump in the pool. It was the first group. There was 2 groups that had to do it. I was in the second group. The first group, she made them go in, and the coach had watched, and she realized that they didn't do a 100. They did a 100, and by that I mean she wanted us to swim 100 laps, not the 100-meter swim. And once the nice coach realized that, she was like, "That's too much for little kids. You can't be doing that." And the other coach didn't care. And then my mom got out there and started talking, and I ended up skipping that day. Well, I didn't really skip it. It was at the end of practice. We had to stay at the end, but I didn't have to stay at the end because my mom was like, "That's not right." And of course, we went back in. Those coaches were not there again the next year. The next year we had another coach. I don't actually remember that coach. And the next year was another coach. I don't remember that coach either. And the next year was another coach, and I don't remember that coach either. Let's see, I was like 4, and yeah, and then the next coach I had was a dude named Rod. Coach Rod was his name, and he was actually a really good coach. He was very into what he was doing, unlike all the other coaches I had before him, because all the other coaches was either sitting there reading a book or were like just not really paying attention to what we were doing since they were volunteers. But this guy he was running on the sidelines with us. He was pushing us forward, making us do our best, rewarding us when we needed to be rewarded. He was a very good coach, and he stayed there for 2 or 3 years, I think, and he ended up leaving. And he was the coolest coach. He was one of the coolest coaches I've ever had, because he handed out best time awards, and basically it was like rewarding us for beating our old times. And I didn't even know what that meant, because none of my other coaches even taught us the importance of beating your own time. They only taught us to beat other times, or didn't even bring it up at all. And he taught us that beating your own time is okay, and that the sport's actually both competitive and individual for yourself, rather than for competing against other people. And I took that, and I remembered that. And the other thing, his last year there, I don't think I still have my cap, and that, quite frankly, that really makes me sad, because it was awesome. He went out and got everybody on the team a swim cap, a custom-made swim cap that said University Dolphins, and it said his name, the coach's name, and it had a picture of like a dolphin on it. And it was just really nice of him to do it, because no other coach ever did that, and nobody really put in much effort or thought into the team, not just the swimmers, but as the team. And he really brought us together as a team and stuff, so I really appreciated him for doing that. And I was really young still. I wasn't even in my double digits yet, I don't think. I might have been. I don't really remember for sure. I'm sure I could go look at my ribbons and find out, but I don't want this video to be too long. So, then the next year when he quit, we had the lady that had been running the whole program, Miss Miller, I think was her name. And I don't even know if I should be giving out the real coach's name, so I'm going to stop. But, she was an okay coach. She did push us a little bit, not too much. Hold on, guys, I have to add another video clip real quick, so just give me a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. And so basically with this coach, she actually did something a little bit differently. She had us do stretches before we got in the pool, and that's how we got in the pool. And she brought her daughter who swam for Barb High School, and she would coach us every now and she would actually coach my group quite a bit. They were decent. They weren't as good as Coach Rod, and they sure as heck were better than all the other coaches I had in the past before Coach Rod. And but they weren't the best, guys. Trust me, they weren't close to being the best, but they were pretty good. They were good enough. She rewarded us and stuff. It's just like they could have done a better job at coaching and keeping us as a team, but compared to all the other coaches except Coach Rod, they did an amazing job, so credit to them. And I think she's not the coach anymore. She's to be honest, I don't even know what they do with that team, because I haven't seen that team in quite a few years, because we moved from Lake Charles. Now the next team I had was what was next? Oh yeah, No, it wasn't next team. It was next coach. So that following the next year, um, we had a coach. We actually had two coaches, and they're both parents of swimmers that were there, and they volunteered. But they were even better than the other coach, the previous coach. Now they weren't as good as Coach Rod. No, they were. They were actually better than Coach Rod, but only because the two of them made us do things that Coach Rod didn't do for us. Like Coach Rod brought us together as a team, and he made us caps, which is what made him better than everybody else. And he also did best time awards. But what these two coaches did, not only did they do that, but they brought the team together too, and they did that very well. And they also worked individually with each and every one of us at some point, and they would push us too, like Coach Rod would. They pushed us. They had us do stretches. They made us do lane. No, 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 no. They made us do. Oh my God, I'm getting like a actual memory not right now. Oh wow. Okay, but the other thing they were making us do was they were making us do land workouts, and the only time I hadn't even known, but I didn't even know that doing regular workouts had anything to do with swimming. I've never seen land workouts again until I went to Cola and saw the seniors doing it, the seniors group and the pre-senior group. Um, and I did see that. No, 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 no. Okay. But anyways, so they did that, and they were just really good at teaching us. They were truly the best coaches I had until, guys, I get to the next coach. So that year we ended up moving because stuff happened, really stupid stuff. Um, and so the next year I quit swimming. All right, so I'm just graduating 8th grade, and this is the summer of me going to a freshman. Um, when I found out I wasn't going to the school that I wanted to go to, that had a really amazing swim team, I quit swimming. I just gave up. And I really wish I hadn't, because this was the year said I was going to go to the Olympics when I was in the 6th grade. I was like, I'm going to the Rio Games. And sure enough, I gave up on swimming, and trust me, that was a horrible mistake, which pushed me down so far from making it to the Olympic trials, because at the university pool, I was actually probably in my age group, I was the fastest, actually. Like, no joke, I'm not exaggerating or trying to make myself sound good. Literally, I was the fastest, and then in my age group, keep that in mind, in my age group, and any age group below me. But the big kids, of course, they were much faster. But the other thing is that we would okay, so I skipped. I didn't do it, didn't care, and then the following year, me going to my 10th grade year, was when stupid me decided I wanted to get on this. No, 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 because this is what happened. I wanted a Letterman's jacket, and the only way I knew I could get a Letterman's jacket was if I did a sport, and I really wanted a Letterman's jacket, and we're going to actually talk about a Letterman's jacket in this video. So what happened is that so I signed up on the swim team because I wanted to get a Letterman's jacket, and it's the only sport my mom would let me do, let alone did I know how to do, and so, or actually wanted to continue doing. I quit baseball, soccer, all that stuff, but we'll get to that probably in another video. So yeah, and so basically I was the only person on that team. Now there were people before me, but the team had been dead for like maybe a year or two, and so swimming at Nish had kind of faded, and the name Randy something kind of lingered, but nobody really cared about it. Nobody knew, nobody gave any interest until I got there. And I didn't like swimming for Nish because I was the only person on the team, and it didn't really feel like a team, so it made me hate swimming even more. Um, but I did end up going to the district that year, and there are, like, for my school, there is actually somebody's name on the record. Like, they made a record, a state record or whatever. And it's still there, so if that person's watching this video, I don't remember your name, but your name is still on there for New Iberius. So, you should be proud of yourself if you're watching this, which I doubt. But, so then the next year, which is this year, my sophomore year, not this year, I'll be a junior this year, but my sophomore year, we actually got a coach who teaches synchronized, who went to college, got a scholarship for synchronized swimming, and she's our coach. So, like I said, we also had a team this year, which I mean, I didn't say that earlier, but we had a team this year, and, hold on, wait, never mind. We had, let's see, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 people come to the first practice, okay? We had several people sign up. They never went. Not quite sure why. Guess they didn't think it was for them, or the fact that they had to drive to Lafayette after school, but whatever the reason was, we only had 6 people, and we had one person who would get a cramp every practice until towards the middle of the end of the season. We had these 2 people who weren't the greatest swimmers, and by that I mean they knew how to swim. They didn't really know how to swim everything, but they could swim it and they could get across the pool. And they were really slow, but you know, at least they stuck to it, and I'm so proud of them for doing it. I don't know if I've ever told them. I'll probably tell them this year. I need to step up this year and be a leader. But so, and we had another guy who went. I don't know his full story, but he was sponsored by Nike, and that is true. And then he never really came to practice quite often. Like, he only came to like maybe 2, 3, 4 practices out of like the 2 months of practice worth we had. But he had his reasons to not come, but he rarely ever showed the practice, but he would always come to the meets. So with that being said, yeah. And then there was me, of course, who came to every practice and gave it almost my all. I felt like the coach was trying to kill me. She had me working on breath control every practice, and I would nearly drown every practice. But that won't happen this year because I'm training with Cola. But anyways, so yeah, I didn't go to district because I ended up getting sick, so I didn't go to district. But this summer, actually, the summer of 2016, I swam with New Iberia Aquatics. No, the summer of 2015, I swam with New Iberia Aquatics, and we had, guys, this is the greatest coach I've ever had. Not because he made me watch this or because he's given me insightful answers to the questions I need, but because he really was. Okay, so he swims for a college team, and he came down to coach us, and he was such a great coach. He really brought us as a team. He worked with us individually. He was a great coach, and he pushed us hard. I've never been pushed that hard on a summer swim league, which in my opinion was rare, because most coaches are volunteer or parent volunteers, and they don't really know what they're doing. But he knew what he was doing, and I'm so glad for it. I actually threw up at practice one time and trying to beat him. But he was an awesome coach. He was the greatest coach I've ever had so far. He's even better than the coaches at Cola, mainly because the coaches at Cola don't get in the water with us like he would. He actually got in the water and trained with us, which is a humongous plus, guys. If you ever get a coach who gets in the water and teaches you, like, in the water what you're supposed to be doing, it's going to help you out a lot. And he was just a really, really good coach. He even helped us do other things, like he would make us do land workouts. He would have us stretch. He would also go to our meets, which, well, I guess all of our coaches go to our meets. No, not all of them. The ones at university never did, except for, well, actually, all the ones in Lake Charles were at the university pool. So I guess no. But even then, the coaches never showed up for our meets until Coach Aaron and the other 2 coaches got there. Coach Rod would go to our meets, though. He would go to our meets. But Coach Bryce went to all of our meets. Oh man, I just said his name. Sorry about that. Hold on, guys. I have to add another clip because just give me a second. Alright, I'm back, guys. I had to give another clip and some water because my mouth was getting dry. Alright, where was I? Swimming with coach. I lost count. Anyway, so yeah, guys, that was definitely the best coach I've ever had in my life. Unfortunately, he didn't come back this year. I don't know why, but I'm sure he was busy, and I don't know why he didn't come back, to be honest with you guys, but um, it was awesome while he was here. I actually learned quite a bit, and a lot of things he told me stuck with me, like his high school experiences, how like he was the only one on his team for like a little while, I think he said. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that or anything. Um, or just anything like that. He told me that he would like throw up after practice too, and because he wouldn't eat right or something like that. I don't exactly remember. And he said that he didn't really start caring about swimming until he was in high school, which is somewhat my situation, because you see, I didn't really care about swimming. Alright, the first year we joined a swim team, I cared about it. Next year I didn't care. The next year I did. Next year I didn't. And it was like it was that same pattern. I never figured out why. But my freshman year, God, I just did not care to swim. I just didn't want to be any part of swimming. I was like, let me be fat, please. Yeah, I can't believe I just said that either. But anyway, so this year, no, not this year. Yeah, this year, after swimming with a real team on my team that I started up again, um, I've been really dedicated to it, and swimming with Cola has completely changed my attitude towards swimming, and we guys are definitely going to get to Cola because I love Cola. It is the place to be. When swimming or anything like Cola is the place to be honest with you. So now that we're done talking about that, coach, let's move on to say. Oh wait, no, hold on. Let's move on to New Iberia Aquatics again. So this year, guys, this summer, the summer of 2016, was definitely interesting. We had what did we have? I don't know. Do you know what we had?
What?
I said, do you know what we had?
Yeah,
What do we have?
we had we had Coach D and Coach I don't know. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. We had like 2, 3, 4, maybe like 5 new coaches. One coach never showed up, but he was a police officer, so he had to work late and stuff. So that makes sense. And he did swim for a college team, and he pushed us. I wouldn't even say decently, but he was nothing compared to the coach from last year. None of them were, to be honest with you. Um, I found our coach kind of snobby this year. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm gonna use my exercise of freedom of speech here, and I'm not talking about the adult coaches this year. So maybe that'll make a difference. I'm talking about like the teen coaches. But anyways, guys, let's stop criticizing my coaches for now. Um, all right, so yeah, it was actually a really boring season this year. I wasn't pushed at all this year at all. Zero pushed, no pushment at all. Although I did learn how to dive correctly finally. Well, not every coach I ever had. Only the coach from last year, the really good coach, the best coach I ever had. He was the one who tried to teach me how to dive, and he never really could. Mostly because I just didn't understand what he was talking about. But this coach, guys, and considering that geometry was this year, it helps me understand what an arc was, because that's a geometry term, and a few other things. So that it helped. Geometry helps you with swimming. No joke, guys. And let's see what else happened. What else happened? What else did happen? This was just really uneventful. Anyways, let's skip this boring session and let's move to. Give me the words, whatever your name is.
Cola.
Alright, that was horrible. I don't ever know if I want you in another video. So guys, yeah, Cola is Now, I did swim for cola my freshman year, and I hated them with every gut in my body because they pushed me, and I didn't want to be pushed. Because, I didn't care about swimming whatsoever. And, I just did not like them one bit. And I was complaining to my mom about it this year because I knew they were going to push me again, and I didn't really want to be pushed. But see, the thing is, I did want to be pushed, but at the same time, I didn't because they were going to push me at 7 o'clock in the morning because going to cola practice, guys, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock, which is school time, to get ready to go swim for cola. But cola guys they have true teamship there. They everybody knows everybody there. They have group sets. I swim with the little kids because of that 1 year retirement thing. Makes 11-year-olds much faster than me, so never take a break, 1 year break, or you're going to be swimming with 11-year-olds, rather than the pre-senior or senior group like you should be, if you were as good as me. And yes, there are people that are better than me, so I'm not just saying I'm the best person in the world. But yeah, so swimming with cola has taught me what it's like to swim on a team. It's taught me, these guys are the best. The only reason they're not as good as the coach from last year or whatever is because they don't get in the water with you, but they teach the same way he does. They push you. They're very informative. They even taught me how to get rid of cramps in my stomach, and we'll get to that in another video in this series down the road. So yeah, and let me think. That is all I wanted to say. Not really. My favorite thing we did so far with cola was let's see. We ate breakfast after practice, and then we got to draw on posters for the district or state meet. I don't remember which one. And then after that, we went bowling. And guys, right there showed me what a true team is like. No joke. Cola is the best team I've ever had in my life. With the best coaches too, except for the exception of the other coach that I've been talking about. He was the best coach. So guys, with that being said, this cola is awesome. So that's pretty much how my swimming career is. Cola has given me muscles on my body that I've never had before. I can swim way faster. Made it to district again, and let's see. I can hold my breath for longer periods of time. I can swim faster for longer periods of time because they built up my stamina so much. Flip turning is better. Strokes are better. Stroke technique is better. Everything is better ever since I've been joining these guys. These guys are the best in the world. And I love them to death. So, guys, now that you know my story, we can, continue this, and hopefully you find me a trustworthy source of information. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to like, share. You definitely want to share this video. Don't forget to comment, and don't forget to subscribe to become a hero today, if you are not a hero
Today.
So yeah, don't forget to check out any of my other partners' channels. Sharp Shell, a card for his channel should be popping up at the right side of your screen right about now. Go ahead and click on that as soon as this video is over, or you can click on it now because the video is pretty much over. I do have another partner, guys. I haven't talked to him, so I'm not going to put any of his things down there, but yeah, don't forget to check out the previous video in this series. It's rather long and kind of boring. But there is one thing I want to say, guys. If you've watched that video and you've watched to all the way over here, would you rather see videos of me rocking in a chair, or would you rather see videos of me talking and showing you gameplay? So go ahead and leave that in the comments section below. Or you can fill out the poll, which was probably maybe at the beginning of the video. I'm not sure. So guys, don't forget to, I don't know, spread the word of swimming, I guess. And if you want to try out for swimming, definitely do it, guys. Sign up. Alright, that's it for this video. I'm going to let the gameplay roll here. Have a great day or night. Make it a... Oh, I'm going to quote somebody here. I'm quoting Erica Slisher, I think. Have a great day or not, God. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I can't quote it. This is a quote. Alright, this is a quote. have a great day or not. The choice is yours. Alright. Peace out, people.
That I'm at an all-time low.